The Louis Vuitton label was founded by Vuitton in 1854 on Rue Neuve des Capucines in Paris. Louis Vuitton had observed that the HJK Vaucellite 10 trunk could be easily stacked. In 1858, Vuitton introduced his flat-top trunks with Trianon canvas, making them lightweight and airtight. Before the introduction of Vuitton's trunks, rounded top trunks were used, generally to promote water runoff, and thus could not be stacked. It was Vuitton's grey Trianon canvas flat trunk that allowed the ability to stack them on top of another with ease for voyages. Many other luggage makers later imitated Vuitton's style and design. 5. The company participated in the 1867 Universal Exhibition in Paris. In 1871, Oyama Iwao became the first recorded Japanese customer, ordering a set of luggage while in Paris as a military observer during the Franco-Prussian War. 11. To protect against the duplication of his look, Vuitton changed the Trianon design to a beige and brown stripes design in 1876. By 1885, the company opened its first store in London on Oxford Street 9. Soon thereafter, due to the continuing imitation of his look, in 1888, Vuitton created the damier canvas pattern, which bore a logo that reads Marque L. Vuitton Deposé, which translates into L. Vuitton registered trademark. In 1892, Louis Vuitton died, and the company's management passed to his son. 5. Ad for Louis Vuitton luggage, 1898. After the death of his father, Georges Vuitton began a campaign to build the company into a worldwide corporation, exhibiting the company's products at the Chicago World's Fair in 1893. In 1896, the company launched the signature monogram canvas and made the worldwide patents on it. 5. Its graphic symbols, including quatrefoils and flowers, as well as the LV monogram, were based on the trend of using Japanese mon designs in the late Victorian era. 12. The patents later proved to be successful in stopping counterfeiting. In this same year, Georges traveled to the United States, where he toured cities such as New York, Philadelphia, and Chicago, selling Vuitton products. In 1901, the Louis Vuitton company introduced the steamer bag, a smaller piece of luggage designed to be kept inside Vuitton luggage trunks. By 1913, the Louis Vuitton building opened on the Champs-Élysées. It was the largest travel goods store in the world at the time. Stores also opened in New York, Bombay, Washington, London, Alexandria, and Buenos Aires as World War I began. Afterwards, in 1930, the Keppel bag was introduced. During 1932, LV introduced the No bag. This bag was originally made for champagne vintners to transport bottles. Soon thereafter, the Louis Vuitton Speedy bag was introduced. Both are still manufactured today. 9. In 1936, Georges Vuitton died, and his son, Gaston Louis Vuitton, assumed control of the company. 9. During this period, Louis Vuitton began to incorporate leather into most of its products, which ranged from small purses and wallets to larger pieces of luggage. In order to broaden its line, the company revamped its signature monogram canvas in 1959 to make it more supple, allowing it to be used for purses, bags, and wallets. It is believed that in the 1920s, counterfeiting returned as a greater issue to continue on into the 21st century. 5. In 1966, the Papillon was launched, a cylindrical bag that is still popular today. By 1977, with annual revenue up to 70 million francs, $14.27 million US. 15 a year later, the label opened its first stores in Japan, in Tokyo and Osaka. In 1983, the company joined with America's Cup to form the Louis Vuitton Cup, a preliminary competition, known as an eliminatory regatta, for the yacht race. Louis Vuitton later expanded its presence in Asia with the opening of a store in Taipei, Taiwan in 1983 and Seoul, South Korea in 1984. In the following year, 1985, the AP leather line was introduced. 9. 1987 saw the creation of LVMH9 Moët et Chandon and Hennessy, leading manufacturers of champagne and cognac, merged respectively with Louis Vuitton to form the luxury goods conglomerate. Profits for 1988 were reported to have been up by 49% more than in 1987. By 1989, Louis Vuitton came to operate 130 stores worldwide. 9. Entering the 1990s, Yves Carcel was named president of LV, and in 1992, Louis Vuitton entered mainland China by opening its first store in Beijing at the Palace Hotel. Further products became introduced such as the Taiga leather line in 1993, and the literature collection of Voyager avec, in 1994. In 1996, the celebration of the centennial of the monogram canvas was held in 7 cities worldwide. 9. In 1997, Louis Vuitton made Marc Jacobs its artistic director 16 in March of the following year. He designed and introduced the company's first pret-a-porter line of clothing for men and women. Also in this year, products introduced included the Monogram Vernis line, the LV scrapbooks, and the Louis Vuitton City Guide 9. The last events in the 20th century were the release of the Mini Monogram line in 1999, the opening of the first store in Africa in Marrakesh, Morocco, in 2000. Finally, the auction at the International Film Festival in Venice, Italy, where the vanity case AMFAR designed by Sharon Stone was sold, with the proceeds going to the Foundation for AIDS Research, also in 2000.9.